Hello, Rob here from the Flanagan Homestead. I just emptied my cash box in my firewood stand, and when I pulled the drawer out, some coins fell out and a few odds and ends. Sometimes I got a button here and a business card. I can tell you when coins fall out, first thing, it's usually a bad sign. That means that somebody didn't quite have enough money to pay for your bundles, so they were scrambling to get as much as they could, and then they end up with not enough. But they take the bundle anyway and give you what they do have. But anyway, on the interesting thing here, I got a business card that said, call me. And I've had, quite often I get people with notes leaving a message to call them. And usually it ends out being a pretty good business deal. Either a large amount of firewood sale, or when I used to sell eggs down there, someone wanted a certain supply of eggs every week. So it's worked out for me. So when I get a chance, I'm going to give them a call and see what comes of it.
I have a lot of cedar cutoffs that I've been saving for cedar kindling. And with camping season coming up, every time I pass firewood stands, I notice that they have lots of logs, but nothing to really get it started. And I didn't know if you had any interest in kind of partnering up somehow in order to be able to provide kindling with your firewood.
That's an interesting proposition, but I could see that working some way, somehow. I was looking at that, doing kindling myself recently, because I saw, really small bundles of kindling go for the same price as a large bundle.
Of firewood, yeah.
Yeah, and so I thought that'd be a good option, but a lot of the wood that I have isn't very straight grained, so it's not easy to, split into those things, those
right.
Nice
so
kindling.
A couple different ways to do it would be, the very simple version would be just to deliver boxes of cutoffs that are 12 to 16 inch stuff that you could run through a hatchet yourself or whatever and make your own kindling, or I could pre-make bundles and deliver bundles, or back of a truckload full of kindling, or however you wanted to measure something out. But you could either get it just raw or like that. But essentially, when we do a lot of 6-foot cedar fence. Whenever I have breakage, I send them back to the shop and we stack them up.
So after our conversation, I agreed to buy 3 boxes for $30, and I'm going to turn these into kindling. It'll be interesting to see if the kindling sells, and if how many bundles I could get out of this. He swears it's dry. I'm going to put a moisture meter on it, but it looks good and dry. Should be easy to cut up into kindling, bundle up, and we'll see what we can get out of it. I'm actually on my way to work right now, so I don't have much time, but I think when I have more time, I'll take these up to my log splitter and just hold a whole stack together and then run it down that way. But for right now, we're going to do this. Start popping off. I'm going to be chasing these around for a while. I know the kindling bundles are usually smaller and they charge a little bit more, but I haven't even figured out a pattern for how large to make these bundles and what to charge. I'm just going to leave the price the same. It says bundles $5 on my firewood stand, so I'm going to make these significantly smaller than my regular bundles, but to be honest, I don't even know what is fair and what I should ask for, but I don't know. We're going to just put a couple bundles together and see what happens. That's a little larger. Man, I love the smell of cedar. I'm going to throw some of these sticks in my car just to make it smell better. Still don't think I made that big enough. I think I've got more in there, and then by the time I bundle it up and pull it tight, it shrinks down. Okay, so I'm in my wood splitting pit. I have the trench dug in front of my wood splitter so I can stand here and work easily. I bought 3 boxes for 30 bucks. It can't hurt, and if I don't sell a bunch, I'll use it in my own fireplace. Now, I did the first couple ones. It does split quite easily. I mean, it is cedar when you put an axe on it, but you can only do so many pieces at once. And so I decided I'm going to bring the whole thing operation over here, and so I can hold a whole stack of these together, probably 6 boards, and it could split all of them at once and see if I can go a lot more efficiently that way. So let's go fire it up. Alright, I'm guessing it took about 5 minutes to do the whole thing. I didn't time it. I'll have to check the camera later. But one thing I noticed for sure, doing it on the splitter, I went a lot faster than doing it with my splitting axe. 2 things happened. One, I could hold a lot larger amount. And 2, when I'm striking with this, I'm hitting it faster, so it tends to pop, and sometimes they're shooting all over the place. Whereas with the wood splitter, it's a little bit slower drop, and I'm holding on to it, so most of the wood stays here. It'll be interesting to see how well this all fits back in this box now that it's all split and gapped. I don't know if it's going to fit back in there. I'm going to pull the edges out just in case I need to make a bigger box. You can see that I'm going to fill the box. I knew they wouldn't fit back in as flat because they were dimensional lumber stacked flat on each other. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. One thing I want to do while I split these open is this is lumber for construction. It doesn't have to meet a moisture content thing, especially for the outdoor fences. So I want to see what the moisture meter says on this. So this is a 14, so plenty dry enough. This is a 10.1. $16.5. So yeah, they're well below what's needed to burn, plus they're cedar, so they have a resin in it. If you're in an area that that has cedar, you know that if you get dry cedar, you light it, it goes up really quick. So it'll be an excellent fire starter. So there you have it. I have had a request. I've had requests to sell kindling, not very many, but some, and then I had a guy that wanted me to sell his waste product, so I bought it from him. So we're going to give it a try. I think I've only sold 1 or 2 bundles so far, and this was a big camping weekend, Memorial weekend. But we'll give it a try, and like I said, if I don't sell it on the campgrounds, this will be an excellent fire starter in my stove this winter. Thanks for joining me on the Flanagan Homestead, where Christmas trees are my business, teaching and cleaning horticulture is my job, and outdoor projects are my passion. Hope to see you again soon. Be blessed, everyone.